Hey, what's up guys? We're back again with an incredibly easy Royal Giant deck that has helped me defeat some of the best players in the world. Even players substantially better than me will be spamming into tombstones and zappies, stunning and distracting them at all points in time, while Hunter deletes their win conditions and Fisherman activates your King Tower. This deck has got some of the most reliable defenses in the game, so even if top tier players are trying to break through, there's nothing they can do. On the counter push, your zappies will stun your opponent's stuff while the Fisherman pulls units off the Royal Giant. And if you defend with Tombstone, your Skeleton King ability will be utterly unstoppable if your opponent's at a low amount of elixir. This deck is currently played by the number 7 player in the world, and it's allowed me to beat top 10 players that I have no business beating. Let's go jump straight to some games and assert dominance all over the top players and ultimate champion. If you don't have Skeleton King, use Giant Skeleton instead. A whole lot of love to everyone that's using creative code SirTag to support the channel. All right, this guy finished 184 in the world, so you know he's a part of the veterans clan. It checks out. He's going to be a veteran player and probably pretty good at the game. So he's going to rage my tower immediately. I'm going to log his tower if he decides to drop anything at the river. And if he drops anything in the back, well, we can go in for a hunter. Wow, it's going to be elixir golem. Okay. All right. A top tier player with the name Game Over running a skillless elixir golem strategy. The reason why we have Tombstone in this Royal Giant deck is specifically because of people like you. So if he goes Battle Healer and Electro Dragon, he might try to go and bait out my lightning that way. A lot of people do that. Yeah, so notice what he did. He dropped his Electro Dragon first, and then he went in for the Battle Healer because he wanted me to lightning and miss the Electro Dragon because my lightning would hit the highest health cards that he has. It would target the Elixir Golem, it would target the Battle Healer, and it would target the Night Witch. And it would not hit the Electro Dragon, it would stay alive. So that would have been really bad for me if I had lightning. That's why he decided to do that. So I waited with my lightning, and I knew what he would try to do because, you know, I've played against a lot of people that run Elixir Golem. In 6 years of playing Clash Royale, I've played against this deck one of the most. This guy is going to go in for arrows as well, so he might not have a good answer to Royal Giant because the Zappies will stun Elite Barbarians if he's got them in the deck. He might actually rage on defense. I think he's going to rage on defense to kill the Zappies. That's what I would expect from him. Otherwise, he's going to lose the Night Witch. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Right now, you're just going to let that Night Witch roll. Oh, geez, you are absolutely wild. You are solemnly up to no good. So we want to go in for the Skeleton King here, and then we want to go and collect the souls from the skeletons on our end, and then we want to click the ability so then we can make sure that the Hunter's in the middle and all of his units go directly towards the Hunter. And also, if you guys know that placement of the Hunter and then the Skeleton King, make sure that the Hunter's in the middle because all of the towers will target all of the bridge spam. And then it's just an easy cleanup with the skeletons distracting everything forever. So with a minute left over, I still needed to defend this because this guy is extremely good. I'm a little bit scared. I don't think the arrow stops that. Oh, it does. Wow. I didn't know that interaction. I thought for sure my Hunter was going to fire off some shots out here, but I guess not. So his arrows are out of cycle, so he's probably going to drop something directly on top. I can lightning on the Electro Dragon. I'm going to wait. I don't want to lightning just yet. I want to make sure that he drops something else with it. So yeah, we can lightning on the E-Barbs and the E-Drag. Oh, that's so good. That's so clean. Wait, we just beat a top 100 player in the world running an Elixir Golem. This is easy. It's always so satisfying crushing dirty decks, especially when good players are playing them. Just taking a quick look at Game Over's profile, this guy finished 184 in the world at over 8,000 trophies. And after the update, he finished 286 in the world too. So he's consistently been a top Elixir Golem player, and we absolutely crushed him. And after winning that one, we're climbing up quick at 2,100 in the world. Yo, another top ladder player. This guy finished 75 in the world looking at his banner. So you guys know the deal. We want him to make the first play and spam away. If he's not going to do that, I'll just go for a Tombstone and I'll play pretty safe out here. We can definitely go and pull the Ice Wizard directly into us using the Fisherman. And I dropped 6 Elixir with my Fisherman and Tombstone. He drops 3, so not necessarily the best start for me. Wait, you've got Ice Wizard with a Dark Prince. Usually I think it was going to be like a graveyard deck, but you actually have Electro Giant. So that was not a deck that I would be used to playing against at all. We drop our Zappies here. There's a chance he tornadoes them directly in. He's actually in a Barb Barrel instead. Wait, what? I think he messed up. I think he done goofed. This is so good for us. The Electro Giant didn't even get a single shot on our tower. What? How does that happen? This Electro Giant deck is getting destroyed by us. This deck is so broken that I'm playing. We're definitely going to have to go in for a Skeleton King ability just so that we're going to force out a little bit more elixir from our homie. And if he tries the tornado, it's not going to work out that well for him. What if I log on top of the Ice Wizard to finish it off, and then he has nothing to slow us down? He can just frown as his tower is getting absolutely demolished. Let's go, baby. So you guys know the deal. If you're playing against someone that's going to end up having Dark Prince, Pretty important to use your cheaper cards so you can keep everything that you need for the Electro Giant. So we're going to go and yoink that Dark Prince like nobody's business. Yoink! You can't touch my tower. So we've already taken a tower against Electro Giant. We haven't taken any damage by just using zappies on defense. And as you guys can see, even if you're playing against really good players with extremely aggressive decks, it's going to be hard for them to break through. Let's see what he does right now, because he's gearing up for one big push. He is up some elixir. I'm cycling my zappies earlier, so this should be a worse position for me overall. If I'm able to defend this, it would be crazy, right? I'm going to go in for a tombstone here just so that I can go and pull the Electro Giant. If he decides to go for Baby Dragon, we can just maul it with a Hunter right on top, right? I don't even know if the Electro Giant's able to lock onto my tombstone. It'll take it forever. Okay, he ends up dropping it. That's fine. We're already back to another fisherman if we need to. I don't even think I do, though. Is you able to even hit my tower once? Nope, you're not allowed. You shall not pass. The only damage this guy was able to achieve was lightning damage on my tower. Top 75 player in the world, and it still doesn't matter. I'm going to be honest for a second. If you're playing against Electro Giant with our deck, you kind of have to try to lose the game. With Hunter, Fisherman, and Tombstone, there's no way for you to lose because you even have the Zappies on backup. It's cool to give the Electro Giant a taste of its own medicine and constantly shock it with the Zappies. The fact that it got no damage in the first push is still hilarious to me. As you guys can see, this professional player was incredibly talented. He finished 69 and 76 in the world and had a legacy best of over 8,400 trophies, and our deck absolutely dominated him. If you guys never want to lose to Electro Giant again, you should probably switch to our deck. Now we're 1,800 in the world. Hey, we got him again! No way! Are you serious? Are we just gonna be permanently playing this guy the entire day? He must hate me right now. Yo, he's gonna go Elite Barbarians at the river. He's just going all in. So if you didn't know, this Zappy's placement fully counters E-Barbs. So for 4 elixir, you can counter 6 and mess them up real bad. This is gonna be a fun time. We're gonna go for a Skeleton King right now just because I am up a little bit of elixir and we want to test the waters. Of course, he's gonna go and spam his elixir golem on the other side, and we are ready for domination. I want to go in for a tombstone in the other side, so then when we get the skeletons, they're gonna go behind the king, and it'll probably make our opponent pretty sad. You guys know the deal. The Skeleton King will do a lot of damage. I'm also going to go for a Hunter here, and then I want to go and try to activate King Tower with the Fisherman, and it doesn't seem like he has any plans of defending. Is this how Elixir Golem players play, even at the highest level? Is this how they roll? Is this what they do when they try to play their best? Jeez, dude, what are you doing? You're just all-inning me like a crazy person. We're going to activate King Tower. We're going to go in for our Fisherman here, and yeah, we made you become the hunted with our Hunter. You're dead again. I feel a little bit bad, but not too bad because he Elite Barbarians at the river first play. If you guys want another way of defending Elixir Golem easily, just look at that template, always making sure that your units are in the middle after dropping your Tombstone, because then it allows you to freely activate King Tower despite not having Tornado in your deck. Looks like he's going to be setting up another big push, so let's see if we can crush it again. Dude, this is so freaking satisfying right now. I want to go for Zappies here, and then I want to follow up with another Tombstone, make sure that we pull that as much as possible. It seems like he's probably going to do 2 big pushes. That's what I would expect. Yeah, now he's separating it. He's like, must all in at all points. We're going to click the Skeleton King ability. We're going to go for a Hunter here on the other side, and it doesn't look like that Battle Hero is going to stay alive long. Especially with the King Tower activated, I don't even want to log. I just want to go for another Fisherman here, and then get Zappies down again. And yeah, this is just so easy. It's too much fun to destroy Elixir Golem. If you guys haven't played this deck, I highly encourage it because every time that you play against a beatdown deck like this and they skilllessly spam and take your towers, it's one of the most frustrating experiences ever. But when you're playing a deck like this and you hard counter them, it turns an annoying experience into something that you actually want to have happen. And again, he is just continuing to spam. So let's just destroy this. I can go in for another Tombstone to kite everything in the middle, make sure that we go in for a Skeleton King, log on everything again when we need to, but definitely want to go and separate his stuff as much as possible. So then, you know, if we kill the Elixir Golem far enough away from everything else, then we're going to get the Elixir a lot faster. We can go for a Fisherman here, and he's trying to use the Night Witch Bats to overwhelm us and swarm us, but it's simply not going to work. Even though we don't have any splash damage with air, anti-air answers, like we have Lightning and Log, because we activate King Tower and use Hunter that has splash damage, and then Zappies to stun all of his stuff, just pull it to the middle, have ineffable amount of distractions, and your opponent will never be able to distract from the fact that they're going to lose the game every single time. And after asserting dominance on that man even harder than we did last time, now we're at 1,400 in the world. You'll love to see it, and maybe we'll make him even change his deck. We're doing Clash Royale a favor by exterminating all of the elixir golem players. Hey, we got another one. This guy finished number 6 in the world, and his name is Venom. So it's time to show him a dose of toxicity. You guys already know the deal. I kind of want to go tombstone for starting play and get him to spam into me. If he decides not to do anything, we can chill, relax, and vibe. He's just going to log on top of the tombstone. Awesome. Unique strategy. So, not that good for me. I mean, I'm not able to do too much with this tombstone skeletons because I don't have a skeleton king. I'd love to drop a skeleton king as soon as my tombstone gets eviscerated, so then we can collect all the souls and just use the vacuum cleaner to, you know, get full bar out here with the skeleton king. Oh my gosh. Log and Royal Giant. Yeah, it's probably Royal Giant. It's probably Royal Giant, right? Whenever we see Royal Ghost and then Fisherman, yeah, it has to be an RG mirror matchup here, so it's going to be a fun game. I'm hyped for it right now. Let's get it. So activating King Tower would be at the cost of absolutely no reason. Like if I activate King Tower against someone that has RG, it doesn't give me anything. Do I lightning on top of the hunter? I don't think that's a great play, but I'm going to do it anyway just because I want to be able to get some extra damage with the skeleton king if possible. So if he goes and pulls it with a fisherman, he won't be able to activate King Tower. So we are able to kill the hunter. We are able to kill the fisherman, and we are up a little bit of damage. There is something to work with right now. A number 6 player in the world with a mirror matchup. Oh, geez, guys. How has it escalated? It was really easy before because we were constantly just dominating elixir golem players and E-Giant players that we didn't have to think about. When we have a mirror matchup, we have to think considerably longer. All right, we're at a tombstone here, and we're also going to go for a hunter directly on top. And then hopefully be able to kill the Royal Giant. And then I can log on top of the electro spirit and knock back the Royal Giant so it doesn't get a shot. So I definitely overspent, but was it worth it? Electro Spirit and Royal Ghost and Royal Giant. You spent considerably less elixir than me there. So you're currently up 4 elixir, judging by the fact that you dropped the fisherman when you were at max elixir in the back, and I was only at 6 elixir. Not optimal for me. I think we want to go and split our zappies so we'll have an answer to all of his spam no matter where he drops it. And then we can go in for a skeleton king here, and then we can get a tombstone down in the middle, and then we can go in for a fisherman when we get the chance. Hopefully going to be able to go and pull his Royal Giant, but I don't think it's going to work out as well as we intended. And then the zappies will be able to target it from every single angle, so that's nice. It doesn't even get any damage on us. Obviously, we want to click the skeleton king ability on the left-hand side so we can force out more elixir. It'll probably just die to the tower, but if we can get anything from our opponent, even a log, that's worth it, because now he can't log in the Royal Giant. It takes 2 shots. He was planning on logging that Royal Giant 100%. We want to go for zappies. We want to split them. We want one of them to go towards the hunter and also the Royal Ghost so we can minimize his damage. And then I guess we can also maybe go in for another hunter on the right-hand side. He's going to go for skeletons, and then we can go in for a fisherman on top of his fisherman as well. We should be able to yoink and pull all this stuff. This guy is playing really well, by the way. He is extremely talented, so not an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. I think we need to log the Royal Ghost back so it doesn't end up doing as much damage as he's planning. And then I'm going to go in for all of our zappies on the same side just because they're hard for him to break through since he can't just lightning on them and expect to get value. So we're going to go for a hunter here, so then hopefully his hunter targets that instead of our zappy because it would do damage to our tower. And now we can go in for like a Royal Ghost and then also go in for a Royal Giant at the river. It's going to be harder for him to counter this. If he goes in for a lightning, I don't know if it's going to work out that well for him because we can log, kill the Royal Ghost, finish off the skeletons. Wait, he fully countered that? Jeez, man, why are you this good at the game? I didn't even know that was possible. I totally thought I'd at least get 1 Royal Giant hit. That's insane that that didn't work out for me. That's crazy. I guess that's what happens when you play against someone at this skill level. They just come out with crazy counters that you don't even know are possible. All right, so we're going to go tombstone here. Kind of want to go in for a hunter up a little bit higher so then he can't lightning on everything. It looks pretty good for us because we can log on top of his Royal Giant so it doesn't get that much damage. I was hoping it wouldn't get a single shot, but it did get that shot, so it's a little bit unfortunate for us. I can click the Skeleton King ability just to distract the hunter. Hope we were able to kill it. If we kill the hunter and it doesn't lock on the Royal Giant, this could be big for us. Oh my gosh, wait. I'm telling you guys, we have a chance. We definitely have a chance here. Maybe it's going to go and yoink it away from the Royal Ghost, so then it like retargets and the Royal Ghost wasn't able to hit what he wanted. Okay, so we want to do this. We want to go here. We also want to drop a tombstone. This should be good if we can just go and pull the Royal Giant to the other side, hopefully. Notice how the Royal Giant is going to the other tower with that fisherman placement. Now, it might have been the only good play I've done all day, but I'll take it. We're going to go Skeleton King, and then we're going to go for a Lightning, and we'll see if we can make this happen if we go for a Hunter, and then we log, and we want our Royal Giant to do damage. If it doesn't do damage, we might be getting damage down by our homie. This guy's playing so well right now. Like, this is the best player I've played against in so freaking long. Jeez, I need to go in for a Royal Giant again, and I want to go in for Zappies, and I want to be able to get enough damage here. I don't think I can do it. All right, we're going to go for a log as well. He's going to Lightning me. Okay, I need to go in for this. I need to cycle back to one more lightning and just stop his Royal Giant with like a tombstone here. We're going to try to get a tombstone down. I think that his stuff is going to target the wrong thing. As long as the Royal Giant doesn't get a hit, we win. Let's go. I just beat a number 6 player in the world with a mirror matchup. I think slightly better matchup for us because we have tombstone as a distraction, as a building. So it did come out very handy at the end. But guys, I don't main Royal Giant, and I just beat a number 6 player in the world. That's insane to me. As you guys can see on his profile, he finished number 6 in the world in a Royal tournament, and he also finished number 41 in the world as his legacy best. And after the update, he was 196 at over 2,900 medals. So incredibly talented player, definitely a better player than me, and our deck completely carried us to success. We absolutely rushed up the ranks, sitting at 1,100 in the world. All right, we got a game against an extreme cat. So let's see if this guy has got some extremely fast card cycle or if he's just going to be wilding out here. Oh my gosh. Dropping an ice golem at the river. What are you doing? Makes me feel like he's got a hog. Yeah, okay. He does have a hog rider deck. I was going to say like have a hog rider deck or have something like that. Ooh, that was a really smart zap. It gave him an extra hit with the hog rider on our tower. Fortunately for us, we've got tombstone. We have a lot of answers to him and I'm ready to roll. So I'm going to go for a Skeleton King ability just because it's going to be closer to the tower. I don't think I'm going to get that much, but if I do get an Ice Golem and I get a little bit of cheeky chip damage with the skeletons on the tower, that would make me happy. Doesn't look like that wants to happen either. So do I split my Zappies instead of giving them too much Fireball value all on the same side? I think that's going to be optimal for us. And then I'll go for a Fisherman on top of the Hog Rider. There's a high chance he could go in for like a weird freeze or something. So I was just like, drop our Zappies as high as possible so we give him a low amount of value, all right? Not going to mess with that today. When we have a good matchup, hopefully, I don't want to throw the bag. This guy is going to have to drop something on top of the Fisherman, and it looks like to me that I don't want to go in the opposite lane of him, so he might actually eat all that damage. I think most people in a situation where they're like, I beg you to go in the other side, I dare you to do it, they'll just eat the damage on the other side regardless, and they won't care. This guy, he went in for a zap, so I didn't get as much Fisherman value as I wanted, but that is what it is. Going same side as the person that has Hog Rider is nice because we can build up bigger pushes, defend his Hog Rider with our Hunters, and then get extreme value afterwards. Jeez, what is your big spell, bro? Is it going to be Rocket? Like, I'm very confused right now. I could also Lightning on top of this. He might have Mega Knight. Yeah, he does have Mega Knight. Okay, that's totally fine. That's also to be expected. There's a lot of Mega Knights in the meta. There's a lot of Mega Knights absolutely everywhere, no matter where you look. Oh, that was supposed to be a log. Oh my gosh, I just yeeted my Fisherman into oblivion. Okay, guys, do not do that. That misclick melted my brain. It's okay. It's okay. It's completely calculated. We're trying to make him think that we're the worst player in the world, so then he gets overconfident, and then he messes up. That's the game plan. That's the strategy here. Only tactics you'll see at SirTagCR. Oh my gosh. The Fisherman just wanted to be a log. Okay, so since he's got Mega Knight, our game plan is to use the Skeleton King to fully surround the Mega Knight with the Skeleton King skeletons. And I think that will work out rather nicely here. So I'm going to Lightning on top of everything just because I don't want the Skeleton King to die to the Inferno Dragon. He'll probably Fireball, and that's totally fine. I think that he's going to lose almost all of his stuff. The Hunter should be able to walk onto the Inferno Dragon too, so that's good. And then I can go in for a Fisherman, go and kite the Mega Knight. And then I can go in for a Tombstone right in front of the Hog Rider and fully counter it that way. I'm also going to log on top of the guards because I think he's going to zap. And it's just important for us to make sure that he doesn't get too many Hog Rider hits. So as you guys can see, the Mega Knight didn't do any damage. We know he's going to probably go in for bats. So I'm going to go in for a Hunter here and make the prediction. Goes Inferno Dragon. We can also Lightning on that as well and get some damage. That's nice. We're going to Lightning. We should be able to get the Skeleton King ability down if we're lucky. And we don't. Just totally fine because the Hunter puts in a lot of work as well. So he'll probably go in for a Fireball here. We'll have to wait and see. So I want to go high Zappy. So then if he decides to Fireball on top of the Tombstone, then he's going to lose his Hog Rider directly to everything else. And then obviously the Inferno Dragon gives him no damage. So in this type of matchup, it's pretty important for us to go and pull the Mega Knight if we can with the Fisherman. So that's what my game plan has evolved to start doing. So I want to do this, and then we can go in for a Fisherman to go and yoink the Mega Knight, and then Lightning on top of the Inferno Dragon as his only answer for our spam. Gonna go guards. He's gonna let this lock onto the tower, surprisingly. I didn't expect him to do that. Now we can Lightning pretty aggressively on the Inferno Dragon to reset everything. And I don't know if he's able to stop this, because if we go in for a good like Tombstone here, and the Hog Rider gets pulled, and then we can go in for like a log on top of everything else, I'm not sure the Hog Rider even gets any hits. Okay, so it gets one. Ooh, yeah, it almost got two, and I was like, wait, what? That's illegal, bro. But we can get a Hunter down, crucify all of the bats, and be okay. We might decide to go for a weird zap or something, but yeah, it's not going to happen here. So So we can Royal Giant pretty aggressively. We can expect him to go in for guards and then a Hog Rider, which is totally fine. He's actually going to pre-fireball. He doesn't end up hitting the zappies with the fireball, which was interesting. And now we can just lightning him out. So GG and well played. Always make sure that you go and separate your zappies from the tombstone. So if they go in for fireballs, they're never able to break through the tombstone if they fireball the zappies. And then you fully counter the Hog Rider every time. That was a super easy and fun matchup. I did make a slight mess up with the fisherman, fallen but never forgotten. Despite losing the fisherman at sea, we were still able to catch the W. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an incredible rest of your day.